Hey everyone, welcome to AFC Game by Game. This is my review of Arsenal's superb victory this evening at the London Stadium away from home against West Ham United. It was probably the most enjoyable game that I've seen from Arsenal in quite some time, to be honest. It was disappointing in midweek against Southampton, the 2-0 defeat that we suffered at the Emirates Stadium, and it was disappointing last weekend in a way against Bournemouth because it wasn't the emphatic victory that we wanted, but we came out of that game with a result. And we've scored 8 goals in our past 2 Premier League games. We've now scored the most goals in the Premier League. We sit 3 points off Chelsea in second, at least until Liverpool play tomorrow. We're in a very healthy position, and already that disappointing result in midweek against the Saints has been forgotten about thanks to a fantastic performance from Arsene Wenger's men this evening at the London Stadium against what was a very poor West Ham United side, it has to be said. Looking at West Ham's team going into the game, they were without a lot of their first team players. Players like Lanzini, Payet, I think they certainly struggled to get into this game due to the lack of servicemen around them. We certainly took advantage of that, especially down that left-hand side. They saw James Collins go off fairly early on in the first half. He was replaced by Arbeloa, the former Real Madrid man, and to be honest, he was very, very shoddy throughout the course of this match. Chamberlain, Monreal, Alexis had a lot of joy down that left-hand side of the pitch, and West Ham made it a very easy game for us at times. Arsene Wenger, I think we've got to give him a lot of credit. We saw 9 changes in the Arsenal side tonight compared to the team that played in midweek against Southampton, and he got his lineup spot on, in my opinion. We saw Gabriel remain at right back. Carl Jenkinson supposedly couldn't play this game because he's low on confidence, which is something I can understand, but I'm very surprised Arsene Wenger came out and was so open about it. He didn't really protect the player in that sense. Maybe that's what Carl Jenkinson needs, to kick up the backside, because he has been, I love the guy, but he has been abysmal as of late. And Gabriel, fair play to him, came in, and although he wasn't tested a lot in this game, put in a very solid performance and offered something going forward as well. Very good game from Gabriel, and given the circumstances of what's gone on in Brazil, I think he did really well to come out of today's game with a very notable performance. The rest of the team, we saw Monreal start at left back. I was a bit surprised we didn't see Gibbs start in this game. I thought he played well in midweek, and I think he would have offered a little bit more down that left-hand side. He could have got at someone like Arbeloa because he's a bit more athletic than Nacho Monreal, but credit to Monreal, he got forward at every opportunity, had a very solid game. But it was in midfield where Arsenal got things spot on. We didn't miss Santi Cazorla at all in this game, and yes, it has to be said, not every single game is going to be as open and as free-flowing as it was this evening. West Ham gave us so much space, so much room and so much time on the ball, but the way Granit Xhaka executed a lot of his passes through the lines, Coquelin alongside him was superb. Those two complemented each other so well in this game, and I think going forward, with Santi Cazorla being out for 3 to 4 months, I think those are the two that are going to be the most efficient for us going into the future. Xhaka was just sublime today, and as was Coquelin alongside him. Theo Walcott, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil and Oxlade-Chamberlain was the front four. They all worked their socks off. They were all superb. Theo Walcott was probably the least impressive out of the 4, but Mesut Ozil I thought was terrific. Walcott got into many goal-scoring positions. Alexis, hat-trick today, and what can you say about the guy? It was probably his best performance in an Arsenal shirt. Well, there are so many games that you could pick out through Alexis Sanchez's Arsenal career about ones that have been sublime, but today really did summarise what a player he is, and with his contract running down to 18 months now, just give him a blank cheque. He can have any money he wants. We've got to get this guy signed up. The same goes for Mesut Ozil as well. Both of those players were sublime today. Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. So pleased to see him come in and have a quality game on that left-hand side. And I can't stress enough that not all games are going to be as expansive as the one we've seen today, but for these players to take their opportunities when it's come to them, I think it's going to do them the world of good, especially for someone like Chamberlain, who I think has to be nailing down that position on the left-hand side, with Alex Iwobi somewhat out of favour at this moment in time. Going into the game, I always thought we were going to enjoy playing at the London Stadium. It's a ground that, ever since West Ham got the move there, I very much looked forward to us playing there because it's such a wide, big pitch. We love having that much space in the middle of the park, and we certainly exploited that today, getting down the flanks at every opportunity, stretching West Ham wide. They offered very little going forward, especially in the opening 15 minutes, and we were just all over them, having chance after chance after chance after chance, constantly cutting down that left-hand side, but not having any end product until Mesut Ozil scored the opening goal. And it was so simple. Credit has to go to Francis Coquelin first of all, winning the ball back. Very poor pass from Ogbonna, then Alexis Sanchez skinning his man, and then playing it through to Mesut Ozil to make it 1-0. Very, very simple. Probably the simplest goal you're going to see of the weekend, but very well taken from Arsenal. It was just a shame that we couldn't capitalise on that, and we only went into half-time 1-0 to the good, because it should have been 2 or 3. I mean, we've scored 5 goals today, but it could have been 3 times that. We had that many chances. I'm not exaggerating. West Ham were awful today, and we could have quite easily got into double figures if we really pushed for it, and if we'd taken the chances that were presented to us throughout the course of this match. Going out into that second half, there were a few scathy spells where we didn't make it as easy for ourselves as we could have done. We allowed West Ham to have a bit of pressure on us at times. Fletcher had a very good chance on goal if it wasn't for a fantastic block through Laurent Koscielny, who I think was absolutely immense today. The back four, I think they played really well, and I don't think they necessarily deserve to concede a goal in this game, but I'll get onto that a little bit later. We did make it 2-0 not too long after for Alexis Sanchez, a goal that just came out of absolutely nothing. First of all, it has to be said, fair play to Mustafi playing in the ball to Alexis Sanchez when there didn't seem to be much on for him. Alexis Sanchez turned his man, made it so easy for himself, got himself into a good position, and has absolutely no right to be scoring from the position that he did, but he took it so well to make it 2-0 to the Arsenal. Alexis Sanchez finding himself on the score sheet for the 3rd goal in the 80th minute, a low-driven shot past Darren Randolph, a goal that the Chilean thoroughly deserved thanks to Arsenal's high pressing in this game. And at that point, 3-0, the game really did seem to be beyond West Ham, but unfortunately we weren't able to keep a clean sheet. It's a shame because our defensive performance, I thought, was bang on today, but it was a Dimitri Payet free kick, cheaply given away, pinged in, came off the crossbar onto the head of Andy Carroll, and it was set in stone that he was going to score, given the way that BT Sport wouldn't stop talking about him throughout the course of this match, even when he didn't come on until about the 75th minute. So it's frustrating that we couldn't keep a clean sheet, but we responded perfectly for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who scored definitely contender for goal of the month at least. It was wonderfully worked by the Englishman, a goal that he thoroughly deserved in this game given his performance. He was dribbling, getting past players at every opportunity today, and just to put the ball out of the reach of the goalkeeper, really well worked effort from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then the goal to follow that up, an assist from the Ox, playing it into Alexis Sanchez, and he was ever so slightly offside, but you know what? At 4-1 in the game, I don't even care at that point. It was the finish from Sanchez, the dummy, the step over, and then to chip it over Darren Randolph to make it 5-1 to Arsenal. I mean, it sums him up. He is a brilliant player and someone that we just have to get signed up, because he is, he is priceless to what he can offer to Arsenal Football Club. Joint top scorer in the Premier League now with Diego Costa. I couldn't be happier that he's thriving in this central role. We've got to give credit to Arsene Wenger. I've said it once, I'll say it again. He deserves so much credit for finding this position for Alexis Sanchez. And it's a shame that we didn't have Olivier Giroud today, because we'd have probably scored another 6, 7 or 8. We were that good today. West Ham were exceedingly poor. Aaron Ramsey came on and he had a few good opportunities to put this game to bed. And I remember the days when Aaron Ramsey used to take his opportunities and score in front of goal. He really does look like a different man when he gets an opportunity to score. He could, he was only on the pitch for about 15 minutes, but he could have had a hat-trick the number of times he got into goal-scoring positions. So I don't really know what Aaron Ramsey's confidence must be like at the moment as well. But we saw Alex Iwobi come on. And Mohamed Onene, not so much to comment on them, but I thought they looked sturdy. They came into a game where we were 5-1 up, so fair play to them. They must have enjoyed their couple of minutes on the pitch. Bit disappointed not to see Lucas Perez get about at least 15 minutes. I think this was a good opportunity for him to nick a goal. It would have done him a good deal of confidence if he could have got his first Premier League goal. But I'm sure in due course that is going to come for Lucas Perez. But fantastic win today, 5-1 to the Arsenal. It's been a fantastic weekend all round in terms of goal scoring and football. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to match of the day tonight. Anyway, guys, please do drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Drop a like on the video, as I say, and I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.